What is up, everybody? Let the salt flow is about to begin, and I'm going to talk about a few things this weekend. But before that, I'm going to give a shout out to my subscribers, new subscribers this week, or for the last couple of weeks. DeMarcus Knighton, Ula Bogdanova, Mr. Professor, The Mad Master, Danielle Lomolino, Jay Salts, Roblox Game, Nalini Kampf, You Are Soul Surgeon, Josue Elias, Josue or Josue? I can pronounce that right. Let's see. Yeah, pretty much my new subscribers. So yeah, man, come hop in the stream if you want to debate me and see if you're smarter than me. Let's do it. I mean, I'm down. I'm going to read a lot of my salty responses to what I'm doing right now, which is like poking them. Yeah, I'm kind of trolling them right now, you know what I'm saying, to give myself some clout. I'll keep it 100. But yeah, I mean, like the big thing right now is Kamala Harris, like having a Veep Kamala Harris getting ripped to shreds for having a fake French accent. So I'm about to hop on Fox News real quick and show y'all. And let me read this headline. Politico defends Kamala Harris, says critics erroneously accused her of using French accent at Paris Labs. The VP remarks sparked a comparison to HBO comedy Veep. Ah, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. That's what I was thinking the whole time. Whenever I think of Kamala Harris, whenever I think of politics lately, it's a lot more like Veep in real life than like say House of Cards, which Republicans imagine it as, or the right imagine it as, or like the West Wing, which liberals imagine it as. You know what I'm saying? Like most liberals think of politics like the West Wing, like Eric Sorkin's. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody area circus where people come together and meet in the middle, but in real life, politics isn't like that. And I hear an ad coming. Let's go down. And let's show Kamala Harris's fake French accent. If this thing can load. Simple as safe. Hopefully they sponsor me sometime in the future, but let's check this out.
All right, real quickly, I want to get to the Vice President abroad, Kamala Harris, in a moment that really was embarrassing for her. I don't know if it's embarrassing for the rest of the country, but let's take a peek at this. She seems to come
Yeah, look at Art Fleischer from the Bush administration. I'm pretty sure we all remember that guy, right? He was Sean Spicer back in the 2000s, back before Twitter and all that. And that guy would have been memed just like Sean Spicer, just like the current one, Jen Psaki, and just like Kelly McHenry. But let's go back to
scientists at a place where they're talking science. That's like it's not a stand-up comedian zone. Let's watch.
We campaign with the plan. Uppercase T, uppercase P. The plan. We're expected to defend the plan.
Oh my God.
What was that?
Oh my goodness.
You know, I'm a French minor. I'm a Francophile. I love France. I love the French language. But that was weird. If you can't speak French, don't try it.
That's a great part here.
Maybe she was trying to be in touch. I can't
With
explain.
what?
With a foreign accent?
Oh my goodness.
I don't know.
Former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo called the moment humiliating. Watch.
Oh,
that clip from Vice President Harris is just
damn, he lost a lot of weight, man. Mike Pompeo in the Trump years was not that thin, man. It looks like he's trying to get a run for 2024. I don't mind Mike Pompeo. I mean, to be honest with you, he's a pretty solid dude, even though he's a bit of he's an ex-CIA guy. But
it's more than embarrassing on the world stage. Our adversaries watch that and see weakness. They see people who aren't serious. They see people who aren't determined. Precisely the opposite of what we did for 4 years.
Well, online was really, really tough. One dubbed Kamala Cringe Harris. Another said, I love this episode of Veep. A friend of the show, Joe Concha, tweeted, there really are no words anymore. Hashtag au revoir.
Look, I don't want to overstate it. I don't think it was that dramatic a moment, but it was just weird. It was odd. And the problem for Kamala Harris is when she said so few successes as vice president and her popularity is so low. You don't do things that are weird. You don't do things that are odd. To coin a phrase we just talked about, it'd be better if she was just normal.
And let's go to this Fox News guy, Joe Consta, talking about Biden. The media cannot spin this inflation catastrophe. And then there's the one thing like Biden calling Satchel Paige the greatest Negro. I mean, Biden is a guy that was born in the 1940s, so he's not really like up there with like the woke lingo and stuff. It's pretty much the main reason why he beat Trump, because he was the least woke candidate out of the Democratic field. Because most of the Democrats were playing like woke identity politics, while Joe Biden was still using like the terminology he grew up with in the 1950s. Yeah, he pretty much grew up in the Eisenhower era, so yeah. So pretty much like he's still like an old school guy who's gonna use old school terminology. But that's what makes Joe Joe. But yeah, I'm gonna move on from that. Yeah, Supreme pretty stuck. But yeah, I got that link available on Google Meet if you want to hop in. But let's take a look at Kamala Harris's French. Let's take a look at the reactions of Kamala Harris's French. Notice how none of her supporters are defending her right now. You know what I'm saying? Like the MSNBC, the CNNs. They're pretty silent about Veep Harris because she's turned into a real life version of that HBO show. Oh man, this is a good retweet right here. I don't know which is worse. Kamala Harris trying to speak French or Joe Biden trying to speak English. Okay, that's a retweet for me. This wins quote of the week right here. This wins Twitter. This wins Twitter quote of the week right here. Oh man, that's a very good tweet. But here's a meme. Kamala speaking conversational French will forever be a slur. Let's see, Kamala.
D'accord. Ok.
Her laughing, and by the way, her laughing is so cringe, man. Her laughing is super cringe, by the way. So yeah, she actually can speak some French along with some cringy laughing, but so why does she speak in this really weird French accent? I'll never understand her, man. She's been a joke for like maybe the whole last year since she's been VP.
Oh, mon Dieu, d'accord. Okay.
And look at her. She's looking at her like, yeah, her French is really bad, but I'll go along with it anyways.
This is why she's
Oh, along with that super. Oh my gosh, she always laughs when she's nervous. So let's hear that French accent again, man. This is some quality meme material right here.
With us in government, we campaign with the plan. Uppercase T, uppercase P, the plan. And then the environment is such that we're expected to defend the plan. Even when the first time we roll it out, there may be some glitches and it's time to
How embarrassing. I mean, after 4 years of being embarrassed by Trump, now we're going to have another 4 years of embarrassing presidents and vice presidents. And the thing is, like, in comparison to, like, the Biden-Harris administration, Mike Pence was a lot more confident than Kamala Harris. I mean, I'll keep it 100 here. Mike Pence was a lot more in control, a lot more calm, and showed a lot more calm, was a lot more confident than Kamala Harris ever was. Because her approval ratings show how much of a joke she is as VP. And look at this, they trying to make Kamala look all official and stuff on WBC News, but as you see, it's not getting a lot of engagement, only 2 likes. Yeah, let me show y'all her approval rate. Her approval ratings are like awful right now. And here's a tweet from Clay Travis, one of the favorites of like that anti-woke sphere now. But as you're saying, like Joe Biden's approval rating is 38%, and Kamala Harris' approval rating is 28%, according to New USA Today poll. That's the lowest combo approval ratings for a president, vice president in most of our lives. Yeah, even worse than Trump. Oh, it's way worse than Trump. I mean, take a look at this. Take a look at these Real Clear Politics average the polls. They're doing way worse than Trump now. Trump was always like around like 40 to 45%. Biden's doing worse. Take a look at these approval ratings. Or take a look at Real Clear Politics basically dumping on the Biden administration. As you see, Twilight the blue collar Democrat. There's still a chance for Dems if they don't screw it up. Yeah, they most likely going to screw it up. Biden inflation is the next pandemic, which is a real thing. History says, whenever you see something from Paul Krugman, just take it as him being full of shit. Full of shit. He's full of shit. When I say someone's full of shit, they're full of BS, like Adam Schiff. So I just say they're full of shit. And then you got White's, oh Lord. Then you got media frame Rittenhouse and still won't come clean. So I'm going to move on to Rittenhouse after I show you guys Biden's approval ratings. If I can find it somewhere on this site. And I'll show you some of it takes. As you see, Biden's approval rating is around the same as Trump's right now. As we're in a super polarized environment, Biden still has a strong, like a 42% support. But the thing is, like, his support won't be as strong as Trump's support is, because Trump has a hardcore 40% level support that will never leave him, while Biden's is softer because most Biden voters voted against Trump, not for Biden. And pretty much Biden was pretty much the best guy the only guy who can beat Trump, because he can get certain demographics. Democrats like Kamala Harris couldn't, namely a group called Reagan Democrats. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically, like, socially moderate, fiscally kind of moderate, but more traditional as compared to, like, your average wokester from, like, Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Your average hipster from Brooklyn. But as you see, let's take a look at, let's talk about free Kyle Rittenhouse. And basically, the New York Post is right. The media framed Kyle Rittenhouse and won't come clean even after the prosecution's case falls apart. As I see, I have no viewers now, but yes, I'm gonna go here. Yeah, the media framed him. Yeah, pretty much like, yeah, they framed the innocent kid. The kid's only guilty, in my opinion, of transferring a rifle across state lines. Otherwise, what he did was self-defense, in my opinion. From Huber, Grosskreutz, and Rosenbaum. And Rosenbaum was a guy who said the N-word before he got killed. Yeah. There's a video of Rosenbaum. You can Google this, or you can search on Twitter. Rosenbaum saying the N-word. Like, the guy was like a bald Steve Austin wannabe. And the guy, I think, was Chester, too. He was a P. He was a P word. He's a pedo. But as you see, like, I want to read some of this. Media malpractice has come full circle in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Kyle Rittenhouse's trial for the shooting deaths of 2 people and the wounding of another is nearing its end, with the jury expected to get the case soon. The shootings took place as riots, arson, and looting shook Kenosha after the police shot Jacob Blake on August 23, 2020. The violence fed off the nationwide riots and looting that followed the May death of George Floyd in Minneapolis police custody. From the start, the media represented the Blake cases in the student riots. And you say, like, yeah, peaceful, yeah, fiery, but mostly peaceful protests. Saudi army. I agree with you guys on the media. The thing we disagree with mainly is how the vaccines. Because I think the vaccines are useful, and pretty much it was necessary to travel getting vaccinated. I know you guys don't like traveling, but I like traveling, so I got vaccinated. But as you see, like, after intensive investigation, prosecutors declared Blake's shooting a justifiable use of force. The Federal Justice Department reached the same conclusion, Contrary to media reports, Blake was armed with a knife and was shot when he turned in a slashing moment at a policeman from arm's reach. So yeah, Jacob Blake was armed. The media didn't really cover Jacob Blake being armed. So basically, yeah, they lied. They lied by omission. That's a huge lie by omission. I agree with you guys there on that. There was a huge lie on omission about Jacob Blake. And I'm going to show you Anna Kasperian from the Young Turks was wrong about Kyle Rittenhouse as well. So let's go to search Google for Anna Kasperian and Kyle Rittenhouse. Come on. There you go. Let's see where I want to go. Let's go here. Let's go to the Blaze. Let's get a Blaze some traffic. And Anna Kasperian wants to correct the record. She admitted she was wrong about Kyle Rittenhouse's shooting. Because she thought he was a Proud Boy, basically shooting peaceful protesters. And those guys weren't peaceful protesters. Let's go to a video clip. I'm going to go on Twitter and find it. Bear with me in a few minutes while my internet slows down a lot. Not great. And I got that link there on my Google Meet if you want to debate me. What's good, Shadow Band Bud? What's good, man? If you want to holler at me on Google Meet, man, my link is up there. You know, I'm ready to debate y'all, man. If you're down to debate, I'm down to debate, you know? But let's see who's trending on Twitter. Now, Don Lemon, Borax. Don Lemon again. There's always Don Lemon saying something stupid. He's trying to get that clout up, you know? I remember Don Lemon was called a coon back in the days, you know what I'm saying? But now, like, yeah. Oh, yeah, Neymar. Let's go to Antifa, Asians. But, yeah, those three guys who got shot by Kyle were Antifa. But let's go to Anna Kasperian. Come on. And then after I'll show you guys Anna Kasperian's video being wrong about Kyle Rittenhouse. I'm going to go to a certain salty cracker and his fanboys, his army, sort of say. Because yeah, I've seen Anna Kasperian. I mean, a few times in person. Like I run into her at YouTube Space meetings. Yeah, as you see, like I got no subscribers that I can get invited to YouTube Space, and then meet Jink Uger and Anna Kasperian in person. I met Jink like a few times too. But let's take a look at Anna Kasperian admitting she didn't know Kyle Rittenhouse.
I was wrong about that. Okay, so I want to correct the record. I was, in fact, wrong about that. So look, these details matter because if you're going to make an argument that you acted in self-defense, there needs to be some proof that there was an imminent threat. Now, what really mattered to me was how all of this unfolded. What was the thing that sparked it? What started all of it? And initially, I was under the assumption that Rittenhouse was the person who was chasing after Joseph Rosenbaum, that's how it had started. But I was wrong about that, okay? So I want to correct the record. I was, in fact, wrong about that. And to show you the evidence, to reinforce that I was wrong about that, I want to go to this video that shows how everything really started.
Here is where we first see Joseph Rosenbaum, the first person Kyle Rittenhouse fatally shoots that night. He joins the fight against the armed civilians. As other protesters
they got rid of the
him.
N-word. He said the N-word.
Rosenbaum has just been released from the hospital after undergoing mental health treatment. His reasons for being here are unclear, and he doesn't appear to have attended a protest before. But his actions on this night will add to an already volatile situation. Rittenhouse walks towards a parking lot where cars are being vandalized. He passes Joseph Rosenbaum, who was fighting with the armed men at the gas station earlier. Rosenbaum now starts chasing Rittenhouse. And throws a plastic bag that holds his...
As you see, Anna Kasperian can admit she was wrong about Kyle Rittenhouse, but let's see some more hot takes of folks about Rittenhouse right now. And I think the kid should absolutely be free. Alright, let's take a look. Yeah, the Google Meet link is up there, man, if you want to debate me. As let's see, this is a 10 Pulse take. Remember how you were wrong about Russian collusion. Remember how you were wrong about Covington kids. Remember how you were wrong about Justice Smollett. Remember how you were wrong about Kyle Rittenhouse. Believe in corporate press is the epitome of being insane, which I agree with. That should be another tweet of the week right there. I'm gonna share that on my community feed. And as you see from the photos, he defended himself. What happened with Rosenbaum, Huber, and Gorskreutz was absolutely self-defense. And here is the Libertarian Party of New Hampshire. You can make up complete lies about Kyle Rittenhouse, you won't get banned. But if you say Kyle Rittenhouse is innocent, you will be. I agree. The only thing he's guilty of is transferring a weapon across state lines. Hopefully, see more of this. Society falls apart about certain bullying. Here's a Cernovich hot take. Cernovich says you can take most of what he says with a grain of salt. For those who don't know, this is a very normie Democrat and hedge fund manager. A real Democrat, in other words. To get a sense of what manifest injustice the Kyle Rittenhouse case has, read this. Also to me is reaction. Alright, let's take a look at this. As you see, but he's always a good source of getting information about I say the corporate left. I call these guys the corporate left. They're not really like the other left. There's an other left. I'll show you guys in like another left, you know what I'm saying? Like the WikiLeaks left. This guy is the corporate left. There's a difference between the WikiLeaks left, that's like the Glenn Greenwald types, and this guy. Let's take a look. Last night, Neri and I watched several hours of Kyle Rittenhouse direct testimony and cross-examination. We came away believing Kyle is telling the truth and he had in self-defense. We found him to be a civic-minded patriot with a history of helping his community as an EMT and fireman training, and is removing hate graffiti earlier that day from local school, and ultimately volunteering to protect a business during the night of August 25th in Kenosha. Yeah, he was just a misguided kid who thought he was doing the right thing. That's the way I feel about him. A misguided kid being a vigilante who thought doing the right thing. Our first-hand impressions of Kyle were materially different from those we had previously formed based on media reports and opinion pieces that we consumed. I have always been frustrated to read an inaccurate press report about subjects I know well, yet somehow continue to believe other articles in the same... Come on. This is going to take a minute. In the same removing loopholes and sale of guns. Unfortunately, it seems the society's view of Kyle's innocence depends more on one's views about gun control rather than what actually took place last August. As you see, yeah, basically, they're taking politics, they're doing like general politics where they're seeing it as like subject by subject, like issue by issue. Kyle Rittenhouse's life is at risk. Justice demands a fair trial. Society would benefit greatly. Politics did not enter the courtroom and convict innocent people. Yeah, that judge is an asshole. I'm going to show a clip of the judge after this. I got a call from the media asking if my Twitter account was hacked. That is, the reporter can't conceive the idea. I can believe that Kyle is innocent because I'm not a right-winger. Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, this culture war has got us, like, so polarized. Like, if you, like, take the side of, like, Kyle Rittenhouse is innocent, like, you're soon to be right-wing. Well, me, like, I really am, like, kind of center-right, you know what I'm saying? Because I got pushed to the right by the woke left. But the thing is, like, a lot of these folks still think I'm a leftist. Which is hilarious. Let's go to the Rittenhouse judge, man. This guy's an asshole. This guy is a massive, you know what I'm saying, dick. I'm just say dick. The guy is a big dick. I mean, that's the most PC word I can say right now about him. But let's go to the Rittenhouse judge. Oh yeah, some big news. Britney Spears' conservatorship could end soon. Some more big news. Now, as you see, while Rittenhouse breaks down, the judge listens to his testimony and is visually disturbed and looks over the young man and bam, yep, as you see. He's trying to prosecute him because he thinks he's some kind of Proud Boy. And as you see, the judge in Rittenhouse's case is biased and incompetent. He should be deemed unqualified. And here I'm sure a clip from Jack Posobiec. Well, he's another guy you should take with a grain of salt. He's like a pro-MAGA influence on Twitter. Probably one of the biggest sources for the Saudi army. Guarantee that. And this won't play. But here's a clip I want to play of the judge. Oh, come on. I'll let this load for a minute. Someone coming in? No. So the judge of the prosecution in Rittenhouse trial, where's the best picture? This guy is a straight ass. This guy's a straight dick. He really wants to nail Rittenhouse to he really wants Rittenhouse to be guilty. But as you see, yeah, that judge is still living in the 1950s. Exactly. But since this video doesn't want to load for me on Twitter because I got so much going on, I'm gonna go to YouTube. I'm going to show you a lot of assault I'm getting from a certain Saudi army. And the thing is, like, on the issues, I'm mainly on their side. I'm mainly on their side. It's funny, because I love stuff like Young Ripper as well. Like, he's a fellow black libertarian like me. We're basically, like, Thomas Sowell influence type folks. You know, I mean, like, I'm more tolerant of, like, lesbian relationships. I mean, like, soccer, too. And then you got Aaron Monte, Matt Taibbi. Those are two other members of the WikiLeaks left. There's a big difference between them and the corporate left, like Rachel Maddow and Don Lemon. I call those the corporate left, or corporate liberals. That's what they are. They're corporate. You know, they're corporatists. They're not really liberals. They're corporatists. Because they always support the corporate bottom line. And let's see some of the salt from the Saudi army. Come on, YouTube. I know you can load. Okay. Or is my internet down? Who knows? It's gonna load eventually. Technical difficulties, folks. Come on, Clint Maniacs. Oh, come on. Oh, great. Oh, great. This internet does not want to work for me. Ah, there we go. Yes. If Pence committed treason. I mean, look at this guy's turn against Pence, man. I mean, these guys aren't conservatives. This is a cult of Trump. Who's Brandon? Oh, man. Watch how I hit these guys up. Yeah, like, I gave him a dance, gaslight. As you see, I'm responding to these guys. These dudes are a cult. These dudes are a total cult who can't handle anything contrary to them. They just assume I'm a lefty. I love how these Trump supporters are silent. Watch this take I put on their page. I love how you Trump supporters are silent. God damn it! Where? Oh man. And then these guys deny they're Trump supporters, but when you see their page, it's mostly Trump supporting material. They're liars. Who's Brandon? Yeah, I used the "Let's Go Brandon" meme on him. This dumbass reply. Hey, who's Brandon? If you made of straw, if it's made of straw, I'm gonna see this guy's ready to debate. But I bet. See, I'm gonna hit him up. You can debate me right now. I'm live, but I bet you're too scared to do it. Oh man, this guy doesn't understand what a straw man argument is. Who's Brandon? And if you were made of straw, all I need is to give you this big light. My point was clear, left. This dude still thinks I'm a lefty. You're gonna debate me right now, but I bet you're too scared to do it. He's still strawmanning me as a lefty. I'm not ignorant. Ignorant clown. Ignorant clown. Oh man, I called him ignorant. They're just ignorant, man. Let's see some more ignorance from this Saudi army. Yep, he's not very good. I'm talking about Robert's four-way. Let's see some more salt. Because the only people chanting where the glow is. Nah, those guys were Trump supporters. Those guys were Trump supporters, Shane Bear. Let's see. You can debate me right now. You can debate me right now if you don't believe they're Trump supporters. Oh man. Oh yeah, here's another person I recommend checking out. Karen and Boyashenko. Yeah, Kimberlee Crenshaw returns explaining why critical race. Yeah, she's the person who's behind critical race theory. Kimberlee Crenshaw. I've read her writings like 10 years ago. She's pretty much the main person behind the ideology of like Black Lives Matter and all that for the last 8 or so years since the Trayvon Martin killings. Trust me, I've been all over that. Oh yeah, I gotta give a like to this video right here, and now I'll move on to my community.
Do you know how to catch a fake guru? Well, let me.
I had to give a like to Mark Goldbridge. I'm a fellow member of the United Stand, by the way. Well, yeah, let's go to my channel. Yeah, and this guy's a clown too, Tony Blinken. As you see, like I cleaned up my community a little bit. My channel is like a community channel now, but yeah. I also feature folks called contrarians worth listening to. Like here's Hotep Jesus, Matthew Iglesias, Crystal Ball, Batya Unger Sargon, Kyle Kalinske, Glenn Greenwald, Young Ripper. Yeah, him again. Yeah, I mean, Matthew Iglesias, he's like an anti-woke liberal. He's like your old school, like, Clinton, like your old school Clinton technocrat from, like, the 90s and 2000s. He's not like your woke liberal today. He's different from your corporate liberal. He's like your old school neoliberal. Then you got the Gray Zone. These are WikiLeaks left. Then you got Crystal Ball. She'll be like populist, WikiLeaks left, Bernie Bro, one of those two. And I like to show you another guy I want to feature a lot on this channel as well, Mike Tracy. He's another member of like the WikiLeaks left. He's an influencer or a contrarian who's worth listening to. He's worth a subscribe, for his unique civil libertarian takes on politics and culture, and sometimes a Fox News contributor. Yeah, this guy is going to be featured a lot on Clinton Media Community Channel, you know? But yeah, I want to show you some more stuff on my community where I post about like every hour, every 2 hours. Like a lot of times I like posting polls, so I'm gonna show y'all the polls I've been posting lately. And here's a post from my community about where I'm about to move to Chile really soon. Like the city of LA requires you to be fully vaccinated to dine in the store. And the only way they'll know it through a vaccine card. But the thing is, that's going to kick out a lot of it will kick out a lot of like homeless people and a lot of people of color. Because I mean, if you look at the demographics, like I'm in a minority, within a minority being fully vaccinated in the black community. I'm gonna be 100 here. I keep 100. And as you see, there's another community post. I've been getting downvoted by the Saudi army. I'm going to talk about this on my This Week in Clown World podcast. And I'll talk about it this week. There's Anna Kasperian admitting to be wrong about Rittenhouse. And here is a question, the poll I left for the politics community. Between Breaking Points and The Hill Rising, which political news series is better on YouTube? And most people went for the Hill Rising. I think it's mainly because of Kim Iverson, because Barbara Suave and Ryan Grimm, they don't really like, you know what I'm saying? They're like boring, but some of the Kim Iverson hot saying, like it really picks up in good content. She's a really great voice. She's another featured contrarian I'm going to feature a lot on the channel as well. And here is a question for the Rittenhouse trial. Is Kyle Rittenhouse guilty of murdering those street rioters, or what happened with self-defense against the mob? And most of my audience went guilty of murder. Yeah, most of my audience is kind of liberal. Here is a question of the day for the YouTube universe. Who is your favorite night host? The vast majority went with Jimmy Fallon. And I'm going to talk about Jimmy Kimmel on This Week in Clown World as well, defending Kamala Harris. Another question there for the Clinton media, for my audience. Which channel do you trust the most? And most of my audience went with CNN and MSNBC. So to the Saudi Army, most of my audience watches, I say around, 54, yeah. We'll do some math here. Like around 94% of my audience doesn't watch right-wing news. Pretty much, like, well, I mean, I say around 90%, because you can make RT kind of right-wing too. I do watch a lot of RT myself. I watched a lot of it in 2016. That's why I had like a different POV than most people, because I watched a lot of RT, and now I'm realizing like I was sharing Russian propaganda. I was being a useful idiot for Putin, man. What can I say? And here is a poll for the majority report with Sam Cedar and Steven Crowder on it. So who won a one-on-one debate? And most of them with Steven Crowder. I bet you was a brigade. And who does Sticks and Hammers audience thought who won his debate versus Nick Fuentes? And most of Sticks audience went with Sticks. And here is another question of the week. Who do fellow YouTube creators trust as a source of information? And most of them went with liberal hive mind. I say the guy is full of crap because he never covers anything bad about the right or like the MAGAverse. He only covers anything bad about the left. I don't blame the hustle, but he's showing like a very stilted, biased point of view. And here is another question of the week. Do you believe Kyle Rittenhouse is innocent after his trial? And I believe so myself. So I'm going to wrap this Let the Salt Flow stream up right here, right when I got 3 viewers. So I'm going to wrap it up in a couple of more minutes. I'll show you guys more polls. I'll show you more polls I've made on my channel. Let's pass this by. And I asked my audience what would be a better time to have a Let the Salt Flow stream. And they said 11 a.m. California time. So pretty much I'm going to upload around 11 a.m. California time on Monday to Fridays. And on Saturdays, I'm going to talk more about like soccer. And on Saturdays, this is going to be more like a soccer or football sports analysis channel. Yeah. But yeah. And here's another poll I made for fellow Narcos fans. Which Narcos cartel was your favorite? And most of them went with Pablo Escobar's cartel. I like that. I like Narcos of Mexico as well. But yeah, the second one was the Cali cartel. Who made one of the members made an appearance on the Mexico season, but I'm not going to say who was. Here's another question of the day about Netflix for my Clem Media Maniacs. I call them Clem Maniacs. Yes, my audience will be called Clemaniacs now. What prison-based female comedy series is a better TV binge? Orange is the New Black or Wentworth? And most of my audience went with the American Orange is the New Black over the Australian version. And here's another post I left for about Nicole Arbor catching COVID despite being a vaccine denier or a COVID denier, one of those two. Here's another poll I left, like which Kanzuk international country has a stronger national identity outside the UK? And most of them went with New Zealand, which makes perfect sense as they have a very strong like Maori culture in that country compared to like say Canada, which is multicultural but it's mainly like what English and French. And then Australia, which pretty much removed a lot of its indigenous culture. I mean, it has like its own like sporting culture and all that, but most of the culture is still like very British based. As comparison to New Zealand, which is a really like Pacific Rim country because they really fuse with like Maoris in a way. So New Zealand is like a bit of like a fusion between like Samoa and England. You know what I'm saying? Like a Polynesian like British hybrid, which is very unique. You know what I'm saying? It's a very unique country. It probably is the most unique like mostly white English speaking country in the Anglosphere. Next to the U.S., by the way. And here is AZLA, a featured member on Clem Media. Here's her giving a British middle finger to the haters, which is mainly the Saudi army. And here's a city I'm going to visit next year. So I say sometime around January, Monterey, Leon. I heard it's very similar to the southwest of the United States. So yeah, you're going to see a travel vlog about that one soon too. And as you see, like on Saturdays, I'm going to talk a lot about football, soccer, American football too on Sundays. So on Saturdays, I'm going to talk about soccer, British football, or soccer, international football. And on Sundays, I'm going to talk about American football. Yet the Glazers, and there's going to be an Ole Out stream every Saturday too. Pretty much like after any Manchester United loss, there's going to be an Ole Out stream.